Hi. So one of the questions I've had is, how is hospice different with cancer than it is with some of the other diagnoses? So I'm not clinical, I'm not a nurse, but I'm going to explain things the best that I can based on my own experience and what I've seen over the years. So people can get on hospice services for things like COPD and CHF that we are basically aggressively treating as best we can that disease, knowing that there's no cure, there's no solution. But like, for example, with CHF, you're trying to keep your fluids balanced. You're trying to make sure that the person is not overrun with fluids, but that they have enough. Kind of the kidney, heart, and lung, dry and wet situation, right? So that takes its own expertise, honestly, and our nurses are great at it, and they are really good at keeping folks out of the hospital and keeping things balanced. With COPD, we are treating in the way that we know is best. We are treating the lung disease so that the person is comfortable, is not feeling short of breath as much as possible, that things are relaxed and calm, and that we keep people out of the hospital. So it's a little different than with cancer, because cancer treatments generally are considered aggressive treatments, not covered under hospice. And what I mean by that is I had a loved one who was in my family, and he chose to have chemo all the way up until the night before he died. Now, it's such a personal decision. It is honestly something I felt like I would not have done in his case. I think that I would have focused on quality of life, knowing that my disease was not going anywhere, there was no cure, that the chemo was only going to make me sick and cost my insurance money. People have a right, though, to do whatever they want, and as much as it broke my heart, I understood why he chose what he did. So it's a very personal choice, especially in our culture. We're really taught to fight. Cancer is a hard one, and it has to be a personal decision. But I will tell you why hospice is amazing for cancer. For one thing, pain in cancer is very unique, and doctors who are excellent at treating cancer, meaning they're trying to kill the cancer, are not always excellent at killing the pain, I guess is the best way to explain that. So our nurses, hospice nurses, are excellent at dealing with pain. They don't have the same constrictions as some of the physicians do when it comes to using pain meds. And when we get on board soon enough and we find out what works and what doesn't work for each person, that is always helpful to make sure that that person is comfortable as we move forward. And then the other thing is, every person wants something different. So some people want to be very floaty and out of it because the pain is just too much, and that's what they've asked for. Some people don't care how much pain they're in. They want to be able to have lucid conversations with family, and some people want something in the middle. So we can try to accommodate that if we get on board early enough and we get to know our patients and their pain levels and what works for them and what doesn't. So as a non-nurse, I'm going to tell you that my experience is that hospice is fantastic with dealing with cancer pain, but it does require that a person stop treatment. So it is a little tricky. It is hard being the loved one, the family. You have your own ideas about what you want to do, and people have a right to make decisions about end of life, and that's really important to me. And so it's important that we support them as much as possible. But they do need to understand the value of making the different choices. So I hope that answers your questions in a very basic way. And I appreciate you, and I hope that you have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.